I can't stop thinking about Silent Hill 2, and it's becoming so much of a problem that I needed to find a way to really convey how much this game had an effect on me and how much I loved it. I mean, I honestly think this game changed my life. And I can't really tell you how yet, but hopefully by the end of this video, you can see my perspective and hopefully you'll agree. Because if you're watching this, either you're on the fence or you already played the game. And if you haven't played the game, well, what are you doing? And this video is unofficially sponsored by Swiffer. It's the only thing that I could find to put this mic on. Anyway, let's get into it.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you.
I'm making this video not to be like every other 30-minute long video that you've seen on YouTube, going through every single aspect of the game and explaining the story little by little. That's not what this video is about. This video is like writing a review on Yelp as to why that burger you had at that restaurant was so damn yummy. I don't have a lot of time, and quite frankly, I don't have a lot of experience in making videos like this, but I needed to get this out here. Why I love this game so much, why it was so impactful on me, and why I think it's the greatest psychological horror game of all time. Mic drop. Swiffer drop. Don't care. Really, I just want to talk about how the different parts of the game came together and how the developers, they had so much love for this project. It was just such a passionful development, and everything about this game, you can tell that these developers were just, they love Silent Hill. Unlike this guy who made this terrible movie that I just saw recently. I'll never get those 40 minutes back, but anyway, back on track. It's just perfect.
Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Hey, it's daytime. The first category of this game as to why I love it so much, and really one of the main pillars as to why I think it's so great, it's gonna be its overall game design. And so when I say game design, I'm gonna be including basically everything that my eyes can see and or everything that my controller can interact with. Starting from the top, both worlds of this game, whether it's the regular Silent Hill or if it's the other world, are just done so well. The regular Silent Hill is foggy, you feel alone, you always feel like you're being watched, and it leaves you with so many questions in your head. Why does this town feel like everybody just got up and left? And so as you play the game, some of those questions do get answered. The other world in this game is absolutely terrifying, whether it's the rusted metal on the walls and the floor as you're looking off into an endless abyss, or it's the sound design of these certain parts, or where the enemies are placed, or also how deformed the enemies become during the other world parts of the game. It just all adds to this amazing and terrifying experience. And it's not trying to scare you with cheap jump scares like you get with 90% of horror games.
This game is just absolute. Of every horror game, none of them have genuinely startled me until now.
It's trying to instill Silent Hill's signature feeling of dread, of loneliness, of helplessness. I mean, it really does feel like a survival horror. I mean, you are really just trying to survive here. I think the fighting mechanics are also really good. Nothing to write home about, but they're fun. I feel like a lot of those enemies being placed aren't busy work. I felt like in Silent Hill F, a lot of the enemies and a lot of the gameplay just felt like busy work. In typical Silent Hill fashion, you don't get rewarded for killing enemies. Your reward is living, and I was perfectly fine with that in this game. I thought it was really well done, and I even think those four-legged mannequins are one of the funner enemies to fight in the game. The optimization in this game, playing it on my PC, wasn't horrendous. I was using frame gen with performance upscaling, and it was perfectly enjoyable, although I do feel like the devs could have spent a couple more weeks on the optimization of this game, but it's something that I can go past because it's just everything else about the game is just so amazing. The puzzles of the game are also quite fun and engaging. Some of them did leave me scratching my head, walking around in circles for a couple of minutes, but hey, what puzzles don't these days? My brain is absolutely fried. So I'm pretty sure that's not the game developer's fault, that's probably just mine. I did play on the regular difficulty for the puzzles. I felt like if I played on anything higher, my enjoyability of the game probably would have gone down. I'm not one of those people that plays games on hard difficulties just to brag to all their friends. Yeah, I'm looking at you. All in all, I think the game design of this game is a near 10 out of 10. I don't really see how it would be anything lower than that. They just did such an amazing job, put so much love into just this single pillar of this game. And it's probably not even my favorite part of it. And that's what I'm going to talk about next. It's just going to be the sound design of this game. And oh my God. The sound design of this game is absolutely terrifying. Even through some of the calmer parts of this game, it just spikes your cortisol. The sounds, it's sounds I've never even heard before. The ambient music being played just while walking through the normal parts of Silent Hill are also just downright terrifying. They just make you so stressed out and you're always wondering, when am I gonna shit my pants next? This also applies to other parts of the game as well, like the other world and even the end game. The ambient music of this game is absolutely fantastic. I also think that the schizophrenic inducing sound bites that they play along the game is also perfection, whether it's knocking on the doors or it's whispers in your ear. They're just timed so well that it doesn't feel like it's cheap. It's really just meant to keep your cortisol as high as possible throughout the game, all while doing it in a not cheap way like you see in other typical horror games. The footsteps of your own character, the sounds of other monsters, I mean, you name it, this game absolutely nailed it. The sound design was just absolutely amazing. It's gonna be another 10 out of 10 for me. And if you disagree, turn off the video right now. I'm not joking. All right, moving on to the next part of this video. It's gonna be talking about the characters of the game and why I love them so much.
This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?
The characters of Silent Hill 2 Remastered are also brilliantly well done. They are an absolute improvement to the characters in the original game from what I've seen, whether it's on the voice acting or the new lines of dialogue that were added. Everything in this game just serves as a complete improvement over the original. James Sunderland, or his voice actor in particular, does an amazing job at the delivery of his lines. You really feel for this guy sometimes and the way he says things, and you also really see how this guy is a complete psychopath on one side. And it's just so well done. I think when a character can have so much layers of depth, in this particular instance, a video game character, it really just goes to show you how much effort they put into it. And in Remastered too, I feel like remasters are particularly challenging for developers because they have such a strong foundation to build upon. And sometimes they mess it up and the whole building collapses. But Silent Hill 2 Remastered, this was an absolute skyscraper of a project that was built off of the original Silent Hill 2 foundation. I just think it's absolutely amazing. All the other characters in the game also did amazing jobs, absolutely phenomenal. Eddie, Maria, Angela, I mean, any character that you can name, even that little girl, they're just so well done. They're dynamic with James. It's all very purposeful. It's extremely emotional. You feel empathetic for the characters. You might feel like some of their actions are justified. And now we'll get into the story of the game and a real quick TLDR. The original Silent Hill 2, when it released, was groundbreaking for the time and absolutely revolutionized how people should view game creation. I feel like games weren't really taken seriously back then, and I'm so glad to be in a time where they're actually starting to be taken seriously, whether it's through video games or animation. The story is 20 years old, so I won't get too far into it, but I'll give you a really quick TLDR and let me know if I missed anything. Your main character, obviously, is James Sunderland. You start off the game arriving at Silent Hill after receiving a letter from your late wife saying that she is waiting here for you. Damn, James, you would be a perfect victim for phishing emails in the modern day. Anyway, we're led to believe that Mary had an illness that she passed away from 3 years ago, and obviously James is here in Silent Hill looking for her. Who knows why she would be there? Throughout the story of the game, it starts to fill some holes on Mary's illness and also James' psyche, and you start to learn a lot about him, the type of person he is, and he's not a very nice guy. What it comes out to be is that Mary did not pass away from an illness 3 years ago. In fact, she had just been alive a couple hours prior to the start of the game before James murdered her. Yeah, and he did it in the worst way possible. I think the pillow thing is just, come on, man, that's deranged. Anyway, when you first find out of James's great sin, you're almost led to believe that this was some sort of mercy kill, but one of the endings of the game completely throws that idea out of the window. What it likely ended up being was James was so tired of her being a burden to his life that he took it upon himself to get rid of the problem and, yeah, unalive her. It really is an absolutely tragic story. The game does a very, very good job of having you empathize with him and understanding his perspective. I'm absolutely not saying it's right, but I think the developers do a really, really good job of putting you in James' shoes so you can see why he did it and why someone as sick as him would do something so horrendous. Well, there it is, guys. That is all the main reasons why I think Silent Hill 2 is absolutely amazing. It's all the reasons why I can't stop thinking about it, and I've been searching for that high ever since. If I could meet every single person on the development team, I would shake their hand and give them a kiss on the cheek and thank them for letting me experience such an amazing project like Silent Hill 2 Remastered. If you haven't played this game, you're missing out on one of the greatest gaming experiences of your whole life. And if you have played this game, I just want to say thank you for sticking around. Thank you for hearing my perspective, and really thank you for listening to this love letter that I felt like I had to write about this game. I can't stop thinking about it. It will probably never leave my head. And hey, 50 years from now, if I get some degenerative brain disease, please, someone remind me to play this game again, along with Elden Ring. Alrighty guys, thank you for sticking around. Have a good one.